Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a landmark AI paper from 2018 that literally changed the way computers understand language. It's an idea from Google AI that's the reason our smart assistants and search engines are as good as they are today. So let's start with a little puzzle. A puzzle that really gets to the heart of one of the biggest challenges in artificial intelligence. How do you get a machine to understand the full story behind what we say, not just the individual words?
To see what I mean, let's play a quick fill-in-the-blank game. It's super simple, but it shows you exactly the kind of blind spot that early AI models had. Okay, look at the sentence, "The child put the apple in the blank." If you had to guess that last word, what would you say? Your brain probably jumps to a few options right away. You're likely thinking basket or bowl, right? Of course. Your brain uses the words on the left, child, apple, put, to make a logical prediction. It's a totally natural left-to-right way of thinking.
But what happens if we add just a little more info? The child put the apple in the blank, which was plugged in to charge. Whoa! Now basket makes zero sense. The answer is obviously something like outlet. The most important clue came from the right side of the blank, and it changed everything.
And that right there, that's what we call the one-way street problem. For a long, long time, this was a massive roadblock for AI. It could only see half the picture. You see, earlier models, even really powerful ones like OpenAI's first GPT, were what we call unidirectional. They read just like we did in the first puzzle, left to right, one word at a time. This meant they were always missing half the story, guessing without all the facts.
But then, in 2018, everything changed. A team of researchers at Google unveiled a brand new model, one specifically built to see the whole picture, all at once. They called it BERT, which stands for Bidirectional Encoder Representations from Transformers. And that very first word, bidirectional, well, that's the whole magic trick. BERT was designed to read in two directions, left and right, at the exact same time. This really breaks it down. Think of the old models as trying to understand a sentence by looking through a tiny keyhole, seeing one word at a time. BERT, on the other hand, gets this panoramic, bird's-eye view of the entire sentence. It can see how every word relates to every other word, forwards and backwards.
Okay, so that sounds like a fantastic idea. But how do you actually teach an AI to think like that? Well, the researchers came up with this really brilliant two-part training process based on a couple of simple games. They basically had BERT read a huge chunk of the internet. We're talking billions and billions of words. And just play these two games over and over again until it got really, really good at them. The first game is technically called a masked language model, but it's pretty much our fill-in-the-blank puzzle on a massive scale. The AI gets a sentence, but about 15% of the words are randomly hidden. To win the game, it has to use the context from both sides to figure out the missing word. This forces it to learn that two-way thinking. The second game is called Next Sentence Prediction. Here, BERT gets two sentences and has to figure out if the second sentence is the one that actually comes next or if it's just a random sentence plopped in. This game is all about teaching it to understand the relationship between different ideas, super important for stuff like chatbots and Q&A. So after all that training, the big question is, did it work? Well, when BERT was finally put to the test, the results weren't just good, they were absolutely revolutionary. It didn't just inch past the old models, it created a whole new gold standard. Get this, when it was released, BERT set new state-of-the-art records on 11. That's right, 11 different language processing tasks. I mean, that was just completely unheard of at the time. And to put that into perspective, take a look at the GLUE benchmark. Think of it like a decathlon for language AI. The previous best score was about 75%. BERT came in and scored over 82%. A 7-point jump like that is a massive leap in the world of AI research. And, I think the creators themselves put it best in their paper. The idea was simple, just let the AI look both ways. But the results? Undeniably powerful. So here's the bottom line. BERT wasn't just another small improvement. By solving that one-way street problem, it fundamentally changed how machines learn context. It really did pave the way for the incredibly smart and helpful AI tools that are a part of our daily lives now. BERT cracked the code on context, which was a huge deal. But in doing so, it just raised the bar for what we think is possible. So it leaves us with this really exciting question. What comes next? What's the next great barrier to break in teaching machines not just to read our words, but to truly understand our world?